Taking the 49ers, Skip. And I don't believe it'll be as lopsided as it was the first time around because I believe the Packers will make the adjustments that needed. But I just believe that front four is going to do a heck of a job of getting after Aaron Rodgers. A lot of this is going to depend on, you said this team goes as not Aaron Rodgers, but as Aaron Jones dictate. He's going to have a monster day. Because if they fall behind, if they can't run the football, and Buckner and Bosa and those guys can just, Armstead can just pin their ears back and come get him, it's going to be a lot of like we saw what happened, Skip, on that Sunday night ball game, that 37-8. And you mentioned that Rodgers had a QBR under 10.
9.
You just had to say that.
9. Single-digit QBR. It's hard to do. It's hard to be that bad.
But I do believe I still believe he'll spend a large part of his day running. Balaga, I believe that'll be back. He missed a large part of the game last week against Seattle. For I don't know, maybe he had an illness, maybe he was dealing with an injury. I'm not sure. But when I look at the 49ers, Skip, they don't have a Henry. They don't have a bell cow back.
No.
They have 3 guys. And when you look up, you're like, how did he get 170 yards rushing? Well, one guy had 40, the other guy had 50, the other guy had 45. They run a reverse to Deebo Samuels, or they hand a jet sweep to Emmanuel Sanders, and the next thing you know, they got 40 carries for 180 yards. And you're like, but nobody got 100. That's just the way they do it. The wide receivers, you know, they don't have a Julio, but Emmanuel Sanders and Deebo Samuels do a great job. And nobody is right now. Kyle Shanahan, I believe, is the best play caller, designer of offense in all of football, Skip. Every week is something that we haven't seen, and he get guys running scot-free.
Maybe he has a lot of help. Maybe there's this guy,
his dad.
a guy named Mike Shanahan that you happen to play for.
I did.
Right?
Nice.
Who seems to be in retirement, spending a lot of time around the 49ers.
He does. His dad spends all week breaking down game tape.
There we go.
And then at the end of the week, he and Kyle sit down and maybe go over a few things.
Maybe he's the puppet master of this team, right?
Yeah, but, you know, hey, Kyle has a lot of his dad in him. He's hyper-aggressive. But I think the thing is that he's learned from what happened in Atlanta is not to get carried away with this thing. You know, let's stick. We can run it. Let's take some time, especially when we get out to a big lead, Skip. Let's run some time off the clock. Now, the only thing that concerns me, and I've been telling you this all year long, that guy number 10 for the 49ers, he going to put the ball in harm's way 1, 2, maybe even 3 times. The question is, can the Green Bay Packers get their hands on 2 of them? Because he's going to do it, Skip. That's just who he. That's just what he does. And last week, Minnesota was only able to get their hands on and hold on to 1. They had 2 cracks, but they only came down with 1. The question is that when he puts this ball in harm's way, how many will Green Bay get to and hold on to? Because they need extra possessions, Skip. I believe the 49ers are the better football team top to bottom. Green Bay has the better quarterback. But from top to bottom, 53 players, 49ers are better. And the only way I believe they lose this game if Garoppolo puts it in harm's way. I believe they minimize the damage that he can do by running the football 40-plus times, and I believe they win this ball game 28-17 over the Packers, and they're the representative of the NFC in Super Bowl.
Okay. So I have had to sit across from you for, what are we up to now, 3 years and about
3 and some change.
Months. And about every day on this show, I have had to put up with you telling me about how great Aaron Rodgers is. And I keep saying, just show me. Just do it. I need to see more because he is a transcendent thrower of the football, says Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe.
That he is.
In fact, he is the greatest thrower of the football there ever was.
Yeah. That's what might be only temporarily, though. Old homeboy coming.
Okay, he's coming. But again, all along I said, I give you spectacular throws. I don't give you consistency. I don't give you consistent productivity. I don't see consistent winning because his legacy, for me, is spectacularly overrated, his playoff legacy. And this is a huge opportunity for him because his team is a 7.5-point underdog. So if he is that guy you say he is, he should rise above this game. he is matched up with a guy you do not trust.
No, I
don't. A Jimmy G, who's going to throw it to them as many times as he's going to throw it to his guys, right? And they just have to catch it because it's going to come unpredictably. It's going to come with a lot of velocity. He's got a big arm, and you just have to catch it and cash it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so to me, this is perfect for Aaron Rodgers because if he's that great, he should rise above this game. He still has a good team. They're a good football team.
They're a good football team. But,
Right.
but I think the thing that's working in his favor, Skip, and we've said this, is that if you give him a top 10 defense, where he has that now, but the thing that Aaron has working in his favor, nobody thinks he has the better team. The thing that, John, it was bad that John lost those 3 Super Bowls, but nobody, John Elway, but nobody thought he had a better team than the Giants or Washington or 49ers for sure. So that's what Aaron is up against, Skip. Now the thing is,
maybe the Giants. It was closer.
Skip,
but go ahead. I know.
LT was the MVP that year.
I know. It's Phil Simms. You could sort of say, well,
and he had a historic game, 22-25.
He was out of his mind.
He was.
Yep.
So the question is, and Aaron, is that the games that he's lost in the playoffs, Skip, they give up 51, they gave up 45, they gave up 38. He lost in overtime, I think, to the Cardinals. He lost twice to the Cardinals. Remember when he didn't get the ball, he tied it up with the Hail Mary to Janis, and then he doesn't get a chance to get the ball back because Cardinals go right back down the field and score in overtime. So his defense has my thing is, let's say just for the sake of argument, Skip, his defense gives up, say, 40 points. Are we going to hold that against him? Now, I think the thing is, if they get into the fourth quarter, this is a nip-and-tuck ball game. 49ers up 24-21, and Aaron has a chance to go down there, or get the game-time field goal sent into overtime or the game-winning touchdown. But if this game is out of reach by the time we get to the fourth quarter, I don't think we're going to hold that against him.
So I think San Francisco is much better in many ways, including even quarterback.
No!
Because Jimmy G has become this year's Eli Manning. In that half the time I'm watching him, and I don't think he knows where he is. He's just like kind of blinking and wide-eyed like Eli was. And all of a sudden he'll throw a pick, but he just forgets about it instantly.
Yeah.
Eli led the league in interceptions 3 times. He could have a miserable 3 quarters, and then he'll throw a party on you in the fourth quarter because he just has no memory.
Right.
It just goes away because he just keeps doing what he does. And Jimmy G has amazing bounce-back powers. He was pretty awful against your Vikings.
Right.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins was a little worse.
Yeah.
But still, Jimmy G all year long would bounce back and make a play. And he bounced back at New Orleans, where he was sort of hit and miss throughout the game. And he makes a play to Kittle that wins the game.
Yeah,
right?
and they were down early in that ball game.
They were.
It looked like New Orleans was about to give them the death blow. And you forgot, you mentioned Kittle. I believe he's probably the best. He's the best all-around tight end when you factor in catching and run and blocking. Skip, he's an unbelievable blocker. You just watch him, and he's taking defensive ends, and he's pushing them clear up the field. And you said that the 49ers have the better team and maybe even the better quarterback. So now you can understand why Coach Belichick wanted to do what he wanted to do. I'm glad you told me that, Skip. Because I didn't know, because for a second I thought you were still like, I can't believe that Coach Belichick wanted to make a change from Tommy to Jimmy G. But since he's better than Aaron Rodgers, you could understand why.
No, I think he's going to be better than Aaron in this game because Aaron's not Aaron anymore.
Yes, he is.
His stats have slowly faded into the sunset over the last 3 years. And this year he fell all the way to 18th in QBR and 23rd in adjusted completion percentage when he was clean in the pocket. He had the longest time to throw of any quarterback in the league this year. What was it, 3.8 seconds on average?
What's Skip? I mean, he can buy time. Your guy's a statue.
He can't buy time. He doesn't run at all anymore. So he's got time because he's got a really good. And by the way, Bulaga is back.
Yeah.
He missed most of
he missed most of Sunday. Yeah.
Game. Yep. So
he missed most of, and he missed most of last week.
Okay, but think about this: in a clean pocket with all that protection, Aaron was 23rd in completion percentage. That's not very good. He was a game manager for a team that just had the it thing going all year, where they just had whatever the mojo momentum was, where they just kept making the little play to win the game.
And who was that? Who's making a little play? Who made the little throw to Devontae? Who made the little throw to Geronimo Allison?
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.